So, you think you might want to be a coal miner. What do you know about mining coal? Well, back in the 1880s, you had to drop down a shaft 1,000 feet. You'd be lucky if you made $1 a day, and you were down there anywhere from 10 to 12 hours. If you still think you might want to mine coal, then follow me, and I'll teach you what you need to know.
Johnny went to work today with a teardrop in his eye. He don't make much money in the mine. His daddy died the year before when a slate came crashing down in the South Fork mine. Way down in the South Fork mine. Way down in the South Fork mine. His mama tried to stop him from working in that mine.
So you want to be a coal miner?
Yes, sir.
And what is your name?
Ashley.
And where do you go to school?
Wright Elementary.
You go to Wright Elementary. Well, you know what? You don't look like a coal miner. You have to dress like me. See, we're going to be in the 1880s. In the 1880s, they wore different kinds of clothes. Okay, it looked a little different than what you have on. So we're going to start with a vest. So you can put that on. Get your hair out of the way. And we're going to put this coat on you. This is also from the 1880s. Put that on. But you know what? When we go underground, your hair is going to get all dirty. So we're going to cover your hair with a cap. Fill that cap. You think that'll protect your head?
No.
No, because it's soft, and if there were a cave-in, you would feel it. So we're going to put that on your head, okay? And what that cap will do, it will allow me to put this lamp on your cap. You put oil in here, and there's a wick, and you light it, and it burns. This is called a sunshine lamp. This is important because if it goes out, you're going to be in the darkness underground. Okay. Now, this is your most important item that you're going to bring to work with you. It's called a dinner bucket. Now, when you work for 12 hours, and you have food with you, would you eat all the food at one time?
No.
You'd eat a little bit at a time, right? Would your mother allow you to eat your dessert first?
No.
But the coal miners did, because you see, when I open this up, hold that, there's a little tray on top, and that's where you put your dessert. What do you like to eat for dessert?
Cake.
So you would put cake, vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Okay, chocolate cake for you, I would put cherry pie. So that would go on top. And this next layer, we're not down to the bottom, that would be for your main course. Now, what did you have for dinner last night?
Chicken.
You could put chicken in there. I might put pierogies because I'm Polish, okay?
Okay.
And then in the bottom goes the water. Now, when you finish drinking all this water, if you still have to work underground, you're not going to have any water. And the other coal miners, they're kind of stingy and crabby. They're not going to give you any of their water. So try to make your water last. And if you get thirsty, and if I have some left, I'll let you drink from my bucket, okay?
Okay.
So water, you're putting chicken in here, nice piece of cake on top, and we're going to close it nice and tight, because when we're down there working, if a rat comes along, that rat's going to try to knock your bucket over. And if he can tip it over and it'll open up, he'll eat all your food. One more test for you. How old did you say you are?
11.
You're 11. Hold this bucket. Let it dangle at your side. See, in the old days, they didn't have a law that said you had to be 16 to work. If you could hold the dinner bucket and it didn't hit the ground, they said you were big enough to work in a coal mine. So you're not hitting the floor, so you could work there, okay? It wasn't until 1915 that you had to be 16. Now, one more thing. When we go underground, it's going to be real dark and it's going to be real tight. So I want you to step in front of this table.
Okay.
And I want you to get on your knees, drop down and back under that table. I'm going to give you this pick, because when we go underground, the average height is going to be about 2.5 feet. And that's about the height of that table. So we're going to be all cramped up, and you're going to use that pick to dig the coal. All right? You ready to go dig some coal?
Yes.
Okay, well, crawl out of there. Let me get my pick, We'll fill this dinner bucket up with some food, and we'll go mine some coal. Okay? Let's go.
How much farther do we have to go?
I'd say about a half a mile, Ashley.
A half a mile? We already walked a mile.
Well, we're almost there, and I don't want you to be late your first day on the job, so follow me, we'll run.
Johnny lit a sunshine lamp and crawled down in that mine to make some money to spend in the company store. With calloused hands and a big strong back, it's your life to dig that coal way down in the Southport mine. Way down in the Southport mine. Way down in the Southport mine.
So Ashley, how'd you like the ride?
It was dark and scary.
Yeah, we're 1,000 feet underground right now. There's rock above our heads. And we're going to be working down here for, I'd say 10 to 12 hours. That's a lot of work, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And we're only going to get paid for the work that we do.
Okay.
And our job is to dig coal. So pick up that little pick. Notice the handle's small?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're crowded down here and we don't have much room to work. So we're going to break up the coal with the pick. We're going to pick and pick and pick. We're going to break it up. And then when we're done with the pick, we're going to use these shovels. And we're going to shovel that coal into a little coal cart. And we're going to load it. And see this number?
Mm-hmm.
What number is that?
10:30.
1030, that's us. And we load the coal, we send it out of the mine, and they're going to know that it's our coal because we're going to tag it with this tag.
Okay.
The harder we work, the more money we can make. But guess what? We're only going to make about $1 a day. Not a lot, is it, back in the 1880s? So we're going to pick, and we're going to use these shovels, but there's a better way. Of course, when we pick and use the pick and shovel, what we do, we're going to dig, and we're going to cut a wedge. And that wedge is called the undercut. Say that.
Undercut.
The undercut. And we're going to cut that, and then we're going to drill a hole above it. And we're going to use gunpowder, and we're going to blow it. And it's going to drop, and that's called shooting coal.
Okay.
Say that, shooting coal.
Shooting coal.
So we're going to do the undercut, and we're going to shoot coal. Now, you can put the pick down. See this flask?
Yes.
Hold that. Open it up, take a look inside. That's gunpowder. It's dangerous. And we don't want to get it near this light on my hat. So what we need is a piece of paper rolled up. Any paper will do.
Okay.
We take the paper, we roll it up like this. I'm going to close one end. See how I'm doing that? Just pinching it shut. Now, you pour the gunpowder in. Just like that. And then we close the top. And we're going to put this in a hole that we're going to drill.
Okay.
Now, we'll just set that aside. This is our drill.
Okay.
Okay? This is called an auger. And we have a piece called a breastplate. Put that around your waist.
Okay.
Back up just a hair. Right about there.
Okay.
Now see, that'll help you hold the auger. This will spin it, and this will
Okay.
twist, so you, just to get a feel for it, go ahead, turn it. And we would drill a hole as deep as this auger is long. So we would drill a hole this deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the wall of coal. So once we drill that hole with the auger, we can set the auger down. Just put that down. And then we take our charge.
Okay.
There's gunpowder in here, right?
Right.
We have to ram that in the hole that we just drilled. So we're going to take this,
Okay.
and this end here is made out of copper.
Okay.
It's not made out of iron, and it's not made out of steel, because if it were made out of iron or steel, and as we would push it through the hole that we just drilled, it could spark, and a spark hitting the gunpowder would explode. Okay, so that's why this is made out of copper. So we would ram that charge in. We would take this, we'd ram it in the hole that we just drilled. I'll set that down. It's called our tamping bar.
Okay.
And then we would take this, which is also made out of, what do you think?
Copper.
Copper, because it won't
Spark.
Okay, this is a needle. So we're going to take this needle, we're going to ram it in that hole that we just drilled.
Okay.
And what it's going to do, it's going to punch a hole in the black powder that we just rammed in there.
Okay.
It's going to release the black powder. Now the only thing left to do is to set it off. And we have what we call a squib. Take a look at that. That's called a squib. There's black powder on the end. And we're going to light it. We're going to put it in that hole, we're going to light it, and it's going to burn down, and when it hits this black powder, it's going to pop, and it's going to set that other black powder off, and it's going to blow up that coal, and that coal is going to drop where we made our undercut. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Now, this is dangerous because we're working with black powder. Now, in the state of Pennsylvania, every 3 days, 2 miners would die. They would die from cave-ins. They would die from accidents with black powder. They would die because there could be methane gas that would seep through the walls when we would be down there working. And see the open flame on my cap? It just went out, I think. That flame could set off the methane gas. Now we have a thing here that we can use for safety. Guess what goes in there?
A bird?
A bird. And do you know what type of bird? A canary. Canaries like to sing. So while we're working, you and I, Ashley, when we're working down here using our picks and our shovels and our augers, we would set that somewhere and we would listen to the canary sing. If the canary would quit singing, what do you think would happen?
It would die?
It died because it would breathe in methane gas, or maybe there's not enough oxygen. So this is our safety valve. If that canary dies, we get out of the mine. Okay, so we put feed in here for the canary, we even put water in here. Now there's another thing that we can use, and it's called a safety lamp. See this? There would be a little flame in here. And there's a filtering system that allows some of the gases to work their way down in, and when that gas would hit the flame, the methane gas, what would it do to the flame?
Explode.
Well, it'll make it get brighter. Now that's telling us there's gas, so we would get out of the mine, okay? If there weren't much oxygen down here, just like the canary would die when it didn't get enough oxygen, this flame, if it didn't get enough oxygen, would do what?
Go out?
It would go out, okay? So this is a safety lamp invented in 1815, but most miners like these instead because the canary's more reliable. When the canary dies, we have more time to get out of the mine. These don't work so well, and sometimes they're not burning bright or going out in enough time for us to get out of the mine. But we have 2 options, safety lamp, and we have the bird cage. What kind of bird goes in?
Canary.
Okay, so we have to get back to work.
Okay.
We've just been down here for a few minutes. We're going to have to work how many hours?
10 to 12.
10 to 12 hours. And how are we going to get paid? By what we...
Work for.
Yes, we're going to dig. And how will they know that it's you and I that are sending the coal out of the mine?
By our tag.
By our tag. You did a nice job, Ashley. Well, pick up your shovel there. Here, I'll give you the shovel. I'll take the pick. So let's just keep digging along here. And we got to work for about 10 to 12 hours, okay? So work nice and hard so we can make a lot of money.
Okay.
It's harder every morning to put on those dusty clothes and go down in the South Fork mine. And go down in the South Fork mine. And go down in the South Fork.
This coal mining's hard work.
Well, it wouldn't be as hard, Ashley, if you wouldn't have dropped those reins and let that mangy mule get away. She would have been pulling this coal out and not us.
Well, it wasn't my fault.
No, it wasn't your fault. Actually, you know, you did a really good job today. But I want to teach you something about mules. You see, sometimes they sit down and they don't want to work. If you keep that apple that we kept in our dinner bucket, save that apple for the mule. Or if you have a piece of sugar. But you know, mules, they like music, believe it or not. And I want to teach you a song that you can sing to the mules to get them to get up and pull this cart out of the mine. So if you go get my guitar, I'll teach you this song. Thanks, Ashley. And it goes like this. I'll sing it and then you sing with me. Listen to the words. And this is what you sing to the mule when she doesn't want to get up and pull the coal out of the mine. It goes like this. My sweetheart's the mule in the mine. I drive her without any lines. On the bumper I sit, I chew and I spit all over my sweetheart's behind. You have it? Let's sing it. My sweetheart's the mule in the mine. I drive her without any lines. On the bumper I sit, I chew and I spit all over my sweetheart's behind. Now you remember that song, and when we go down in the mines again, and the mule doesn't want to move, well, you can sing that song to her. Let me teach you another one here, and this is about a guy going down in the mines in the old days. Digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. Digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. We go down in the mine, black gold we must find, crawl into the belly of the mountain, leave the sun behind. Gunpowder in your sack, pick and shovel for you to hack, light your lamp and say your prayers, you might not be coming back. From digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. Digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. Smoky is my mule, through the dark tunnels he must pull the treasures from the earth below for Portage Railroad fuel. I never have to crack my whip, for my trusty mule he's quick, working his way to the light above when he knows it's the last trip of digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. Digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. My father was a miner, some say he was the best, till the methane fumes exploded and laid his soul to rest. My mother became a young widow, had to work with no future in store, cry herself to sleep at night, her love would return no more. From digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. Digging black coal from the lemon seam, with a prayer you might grow old, deep down in the lemon seam. So, Ashley, do you think you might want to be a coal miner?
Heck no. I want to be a lawyer.
Well, you go back to school. This is hard work. And someday, if you want to come back in the mine with me, you just come over and call on me, and I'll take you down again.
Okay.
You did a nice job. Thanks, Ashley.
The year was 1940, the day July 15. As miners bid their wives goodbye to dig the coal beneath. They worked the mine called Sonman when a siren shrieked the blast and signaled an explosion of deadly methane gas. Now there's 63 men down beneath the ground. My God, we've got to bring them out to their families safe and sound. Now there's 63 men down beneath the ground. My God, we've got to bring them out to their families safe and sound. Tell your mama not to cry, her Stanley's still alive. From number 16 he did crawl, on a 5 who did survive. But lady, don't you weep, your true love's here to keep. You'll be warm within his arms tonight, he's been pulled out from the deep. Still there's 63 men down beneath the ground. My God, we've got to bring them out to their families safe and sound. Still there's 63 men down beneath the ground. My God, we've got to bring them out to their families safe and sound. The rescue workers came and were